Hello ladies and gentlemen bros, welcome back to another video. Today, well maybe not today, sometime around right now, the beginning of February, marks the 1 year anniversary of my Let's Play world. And I say sometime around this time, that's because I had a live stream where I started this world, and I'll show it on screen right there. It is the stream title. It doesn't have a date behind it, unfortunately, but that is the title, and sometime around February, beginning of February, I'm just saying February 1st, is probably the time. And then of course, 2 weeks later, I finally got the video all done. So if you go look at the first video, it's February 18th, technically. But the first recording was sometime around this time. But let's get to the point. I've learned a lot in this past year about Minecraft. I could say YouTube and content creation and all that, but if you want to hear more stuff into the behind the scenes area of that stuff, then you can go check out my episode 20, where I give a deep dive on my 100 sub special about the content creation, like what's gone on in the past and all that good stuff, and the motivators, whatever. But we're not doing that today. We're sticking to Minecraft, because I'm going to give some tips, tricks, techniques, stupid things that I have learned in the past year. So let's go. Let's start a little bit more lighthearted and not technical or anything like that. And that is, don't underestimate the process of getting diamonds. This is what I had done. I had this tower planned out in my redstone test world. And I thought, yeah, it'll take 1,000 diamonds to make all these diamond blocks and stuff. You know, I'll stream a little bit of it, and then I'll, you know, turn on some music, just hang out. It won't take that long at all. Oh, was I wrong. I was so wrong. Oh, it took a good... Oh, man, I swear. It took so long. I forgot how long, but, like... Oh, it was awful. The music didn't help. I streamed at least, like, 9 hours of it. I think another 10 hours just off-camera grinding. It was awful. And of course, mining diamonds doesn't make any actual content. So, oh, it was terrible. At least the tower looks cool, but oh my goodness. Do not underestimate the diamond mining grind. It gets old very fast. Now, I mentioned Redstone Test World, and that is something that I highly suggest that you use if you're gonna have a long-term survival world, because it's very helpful. I do think that freehand building is a lot of fun and can be very good for you, but a redstone test world is also nice because it's risk-free, you know? Everything in here doesn't matter. You can have designs for builds. Here is that build that I was just talking about. This is how I calculated the diamonds and decided what looks best. And this right here. This also gave me a chance to figure out the bad ideas and learn some redstone. This right here, fishing pole, only way to activate it, right? And I thought, oh, you know, be cool, a fancy elevator, right? It doesn't quite work the way I was hoping to. The heights just barely don't work, which is unfortunate, but it would really suck if I tried to make that first time in survival. Oh man, it would be awful. But yeah, highly suggest a redstone test world. It's also fun just to see all of the crazy things that you come up with and contraptions and stuff. Oh man, I love just flying through here and reminiscing about old memories. This next one, I'm giving up the big secret. Kind of, not really. This is more on the content creation side, but I thought it'd be fun to show, especially since I don't really have to do this that often anymore. But thumbnails. I found that if you want a background for a thumbnail for your character to be behind, that you don't have to, you know, get the background areas off, boom, right there. If you look through my old videos and try to find some thumbnails, or just look at the thumbnails, you might recognize this background right here, or this one. And as of recently, something I plan on doing a lot more is just a green screen. This is literally, in Minecraft, it's a green screen, literally. the handiest thing that I realized. It's so simple. It probably should not have took me that long, but yeah. If you're gonna make thumbnails for a YouTube video, take advantage of Minecraft's ability to take screenshots and stuff and place blocks. Take advantage of those things, you know? Look at this right here. Bamboo video. Boom, boom. I guess it's not dispensing the right way. But to make it look like bamboo and XP was raining down onto me, I simply used this black background and took a bunch of screenshots and eventually got a really, really nice thumbnail. This next one is a twofer, okay? At the beginning of your world, if you plan on having any kind of mob farm like I do right here, this is a creeper slash, because of bugs, sometimes a spider farm. And yeah, it's been a pain because of caves down below that I need to light up with torches. I highly recommend that you light them up now rather than later. I just found... Where's this one been? I haven't seen this one. See, that wasn't even planned right there. At the beginning of your world, light up everything. I know some people like to not take any torches and like to just, you know, crank up the brightness really high or whatever. But man, just carry torches. Put them everywhere. It'll stop mobs respawning. It's not that hard. And it's worth it in the future. And then the second part of this one, if you're really that far into the world, I think, in my opinion, it is totally okay to hop into spectator mode around whatever mob farm you have. And if you've already put in tons of effort in trying to find these stupid mobs, it's totally fine. Just go down below and find those stupid little caves, okay? Don't use it to go find diamonds. That's not the whole point of spectator mode, okay? No, no, no. But use it to find pockets of darkness. But also be aware that some of them are just water. Like this one right here. It'll have this blue tint going around the screen. That means it's water. And most of the time, I just heard a drowned. Nothing should spawn in these, but you may want to check them. This one right here is water, so usually you don't have to worry about them. But every now and then you'll find... Let me see if I can find one right now. An actual dark cave. Let's see here. What's this? No, water. See, I've done a pretty good job so far, I think. But I do believe somewhere something has spawned and it is stopping my creeper farm from being very good. So I'm still kind of hunting it down. There's a drowned. See, things like that you just gotta worry about. I guarantee he's spawned like right there too. So there is no shame in using spectator mode if it's for, you know, a valid reason, like trying to find mob spawns, because it could take me ages and ages and millions of like noob holes straight down to try to find a dark area. It's just not worth it. Not worth it at all. A common problem that I see that a lot of people have is burnout. In Minecraft, it's easy to just get into the same old routine, building the same old way, doing the same old things. I have found a solution that I've used really, really well in this world. As you know, a year of Let's Play videos. I believe we're at 27 and 28 next week. But the way that I've kept myself from getting burnt out is by having a variety of different projects and different styles of building. In this area, we have the redstones, where I do all my redstone stuff, farms, and giant industrial building complexes and stuff. And then we have the storage system that goes all the way over here that takes my items into there from the farms. But if we move over here, it's no longer farms. No, completely different building style. In this area, it's the cartoon area. It's mostly for community stuff and some random wacky idea that I have. And I'm like, you know what? That'd be fun to build. That's what this area is going to be for. And it gives me a lot of time to, you know, turn on music and grind out the terrain and the concrete powder. I really, really do enjoy this area a lot. But I also enjoy the natural aesthetics and medieval-ish kind of builds where there's just a lot of details going on and really get your brain going. I enjoy having these kind of builds to do, and this is why I have the village. Totally different building style from the others. Not industrial, not cartoony, just very wooden, medieval, a lot of stone brick, you know. and it just gives me another style to build. And I love doing this. I believe I heard from somewhere, I think it was Ethos Lab. He does this to prevent burnout. It just has multiple projects going on. If you've been on my channel for long enough, you will know that I do not have 2 straight Let's Play episodes on the same project. Usually, they're all split up. I'll work on a village in one episode, then the next episode I'll be in the industrial area. That is probably the best thing that I've decided to do. I very rarely get burnt out. If I ever do, it's because I got a very grindy task that just needs to be done, and then I kind of just take my time and put it on the side, which I probably shouldn't do, but whatever. Along with these 3 areas, I also give myself some other side projects, like the roads. I like having roads connecting to everything, and we have holiday areas. Far, far, far away, there's a Halloween area, and there's a Christmas area, and that is an amazing break from these other projects. Towards the end of the year, it kind of does get a little bit tiring doing the same projects, until we eventually finish one of these, which will be nice. But yeah, I love the holiday projects. It's just a totally different building style for each of them. Oh man. But yeah, that's how I prevent burnout. It's just having multiple different things to work on that I enjoy. This next one is a creative mode. Not really creative mode, but kind of. I like to be extra prepared with materials. So sometimes when I'm in between episodes and kind of just grinding for resources, waiting for ideas, I like to just mine for the common stuff I'm gonna need a lot of. So like cobblestone, stone bricks even. I just got so much stone that I just made a whole box of stone bricks. And then tons and tons of deep slate. Just common blocks that you're gonna use a lot. And it's nice to have it. And when you need it, you don't have to, you know, go head down there, grind out a whole bunch. I just go over here, pick up a box, take it to wherever I need it. Boom, easy. And I would like to maybe at some point in this world have it like that for a lot more items. But at the moment, it's just some of the more basic items. Stone, deep slate. I have some andesite and tuff that I probably need a refill in here. Actually, let's go look right now. I have, let's see here. There's a little bit of tuff. I need to refill that one. There's cobble again, right there. Stone, right there. Andesite box, right there. I even collect the ores, just so I can, you know, not have to go find them. I like things to be as easy and as accessible as possible. Like this box, we have dark oak. I like to sometimes stock up on all the woods, even if I don't know if I'm going to need them or not. I like to have it on hand, and I highly suggest you do that. It's so much easier. I'd rather be prepared than in the middle of a recording be like, oh crap, I need to go get tons of stone for this. But instead, I already have tons of stone. Oh man, it's perfect. Do you want your world to not feel super small? Do you want your world to be less laggy? Then I highly recommend lowering your render distance. This is mostly for Bedrock, and that is because we can pump up our render distance super high. Mine by default right now is at 16, but in the past I have had it at the Bedrock recommended, which it may have been different on Xbox, but now I'm on PC, and the recommended render distance is ridiculous. Look at this. It is 39. It's nuts. 39 chunks, which means it makes everything feel so small. So small. Look, the village is all the way over there. It all of a sudden doesn't feel so far away. I like the idea that the village is far away from the industries. Whenever I have my render distance pretty much halved, it feels a bit further away and a bit better. And to be honest, it is far away, but we can see everything. Same with over here in the cartoon area. I can see to the other side of it, the ocean. It looks tiny from over here. In reality, it really is not that tiny whatsoever. You know, and this also just creates lag. Look, there's a village all the way over there. That village is usually, you know, out of sight, out of mind. but I can see it from the top of that tower. It's ridiculous. So yeah, I highly recommend lowering your render distance, especially if you're on Bedrock. It's cool how you can pump it up really high, but for like building and just enjoying your world, I just recommend it being a little bit, you know, shorter. It's also good for farms, I think. I'm not too sure. I'm not an expert on that kind of stuff, but I believe if your render distance is higher, then that means there's more areas for mobs to spawn around you, which means you gotta worry about more dark caves out there. If you have it lowered, you just worry about the ones nearby. So yeah, lowering your render distance is definitely a good idea. Continuing with the idea of making your world feel bigger, make ways to travel without an elytra. That is something that I've been working on recently. I made this little contraption to get all the way up here, so we don't have to ruin anything aesthetically. Then you go down a pipe, which is really nice, and that will take you to an industrial area all the way back here. And then, for the sake of this video's time, I'm gonna fly. You get all the way over here, then there's a path, and then you go down this path, and then it takes you to a village. I think it's really good to have ways to travel without an elytra. And not just, you know, wandering around in the plains in the darkness, no. Make paths and stuff, and make ways that will help you travel without an elytra. Of course, I could probably light up things a little bit better. We got a creeper right there. But it's nice every now and then, especially after I get done with the big build. I like to just walk towards it and just see all the angles. I love doing that. Like whenever I finished that building, the first thing I did, I ran over here and just started walking towards the entrance of the industrial area. And just looking at how it looks now that it's put there. Oh man, it's nice. I highly suggest it. Make everything traversable without an elytra. It's also nice because if I were to die, it wouldn't be too much of a pain because I have ways to get in and out of places. Another way that I keep things interesting for myself, I design all my own farms. All of my farms are built from my own ideas and my own testing. None of them are used from a video whatsoever. And that just gives me something to really, I don't know, invest myself in. This sugarcane farm is by far probably not the best sugarcane farm you can possibly make. There is some quirks to it, but I did make an on-off switch, and I can show it right now. The quirks, it uses observers, so a lot of these pistons are going off more than they have to, as you can see down there. But it goes super fast, and it brings me things up through this tube, eventually. This is my own design, and from what I've learned in the past when I was much younger, whenever you use someone else's tutorial, and for some reason it just doesn't work, for most cases, for Bedrock players, they accidentally use a Java tutorial on a Bedrock world, and they've already made the whole entire thing, and they're like, what the heck? It's not working. I think that in the past has been one of the biggest ways that I've gotten burnt out of the game, is because I make a giant farm that I saw in someone's video, and it just doesn't work. that sucks a lot. That's why almost every farm, besides an Enderman farm, which I got from a friend, his design that he might have got from a video, besides that one, every farm here is my own design, even if it's, you know, not very efficient. I'm looking at you, Gunpowder Farm. Now this next one, I'm not too sure if it works yet, because I haven't been able to properly test it out quite yet for certain reasons, but it is to subscribe to Adventures with Blue 101. Oh, it might work. It might work, but seriously, I know, silly. It'd really help out, guys, if you subscribe. If you're enjoying the video, obviously, you don't have to, but it'd be really sweet. All right, back on to real stuff that I've learned. This next one is one I've learned many times. Do not oh, haha, you idiots, you hit the wrong person. Do not underestimate piglins, okay? I'm not talking about the ones with the crossbows. Crossbows, who cares? Who cares, you know? I'm talking about The freaking losers with the swords. Those piglins with swords are evil, okay? Look at the name of my sword right there. I hate piglins. I do! They're the worst. Absolutely worst. They've killed me so many times. The first time I've died on this world was to a stupid piglin. Oh, they just hit so hard. They're evil. I could go on rants about how much I hate piglins. They're so annoying. They're all over the place. It's awful. It's dumb. Some of my farms are, believe it or not, decent. I make them all without videos. And yes, some of them don't work very well and aren't super fast. But some of them are super fast. Right here, this sugarcane farm, it's too freaking fast. I always have it off unless I need to go get a ton of sugarcane, which usually I don't. What I'm trying to say here is it's always good to have a plan for your farms if they start doing too good. That means either have an on and off switch or have a plan for auto crafters. This wool farm over here, it has an on and off switch. I believe I press this, and I think that might have, there's no shears in the dispensers right now, but the wool farm chests are all full, so I don't need it on right now, or any shears in it. My cactus farm right there. It was just going into chests, but then it got too full. Now I have it going down below into some furnaces. Same for the bamboo. Then the slime right here, one of the first farms I ever made, it was just getting too full. So I went all the way down, made an auto crafter, and now instead of just slime balls, it's making slime blocks and taking up way less space. I might have to do the same for the iron farm eventually, but it looks like it's slowed down a little bit. But yeah, always have a plan for your farms if you think that they might do too good. Auto crafter or just an on and off switch, or more chests if you want to deal with that. Now, I did just tell you to plan your farms out and stuff in the future, but for building, I think you should not over plan when it comes to building stuff. Sometimes it's just nice to go with the flow. For the longest time, I thought I was gonna change this village, make it way better. It was basically gonna be what that village over there is, and it would be right over here. But then I started working on the industrial area, and I started making this wall and this little area over here. Then I had this crazy idea. I was like, what if I made like a pipe coming out the side with like goo coming out? And I was like, oh my goodness, that's cool. Then I realized, man, that goo, it won't be that good next to that village right there. It means it's gonna be super close. They're gonna be neighbors. Then I realized, what if the industrial area was polluting everything? I was like, ooh, that'd be cool. Oh man. And then I was like, but the village. And then I thought, okay, wait a second. Maybe we should just move the village really far away. And maybe the lore is that the villagers ran away because the industrial area started polluting their buildings right here, which obviously I'm not done with this area quite yet. But maybe that's like the story or something, and just completely throw out my plan of having the village right here, and the other weird ideas that I had to maybe kind of separate the village and the industrial area. But it just completely changed. And that's why I don't think you should over plan things when it comes to building. It's kind of nice to just, feel inspired by what you're doing at the moment. That's something very important that I've learned through this, and it's been helping me a lot. It makes everything feel a lot more natural when it comes together. I don't decide where something goes until I start building it, pretty much. And that makes it just so much more enjoyable. Don't tear down all of your joke builds. And what I mean by joke builds, they're not really jokes. These are builds that I would use in videos and probably never come back to. This one right here was used for a funny bit at the beginning of episode 10. This small tower right here, and that ginormous tower right there, was used in episode 12, where I got a whole bunch of achievements. And I just love thinking about the memories I had over here recording that. I'm pretty sure I died. Yeah, I drowned in that pipe somewhere up there because it's filled with water. And I think if we were to head up there, there's still a villager there. And lo and behold, there is still a villager up here. And with not a terrible trade, looting. If I ever need looting, I can come to this guy. And whatever that one is. This is not a bad villager. I think I'll leave this guy here. But yeah, it's fun to have just random builds that you're never going to really use again. But just, you know, you can see them in the background. And it's a nice little memory. Right there, from the same achievement episode. We have this guy, my sniffer, and the flowers. I could have hid this all underground, but I didn't. Totally, this is all useless. I'll never use it again. No, won't even use the flowers. But I just love the memories. Even stupid small things like this. Just a little tiny spot where I narrated for a video. I probably should have saw this one coming, but you probably shouldn't build in snowy areas unless you're going to be using just slabs for the outside and spamming torches everywhere. Because, oh my goodness, it is a pain. This is all slabbed right here. All of this is not. No. I'll stick here because this is just for the Christmas area. I only got to deal with this for 1 month of the year. But if I were building in this kind of area for a while, like my full-on main base, I don't think I could handle it. This is the worst. Every time it snows, you have to do this. Because it doesn't just snow, it snows like crazy. It's not like just a little bit. It's a full, I don't know, 12 inches, a foot of snow, man. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. I do not suggest building in snowy biomes unless you're prepared to use slabs and spam torches literally everywhere, or live underground or something. Oh my goodness. I'm not gonna shovel all of this, by the way. I'm gonna let December me figure that one out. Oh my goodness. It is such a pain. That's gonna do it for me, guys. It has been an amazing time this past year playing on this world, and I've learned quite a bit, obviously. There's some more smaller things here and there that I could have said, but, you know, I got a lot of the bigger ones, a lot of the big things I've learned, and a lot of those things have helped me stick to this world for an entire year. I know a lot of people have the problem with the 1 week Minecraft phase. Fortunately, I haven't had that problem. It's been a year so far. Of course, YouTube videos help, but yeah, this world has been fantastic to me. But if you found this video interesting or maybe entertaining, I don't know what kind of video this was. It was entertaining, informative, I don't know. If you found it, either one of those, and you haven't yet, it'd be amazing if you could subscribe. It'd be fantastic, and click that like button too. Helps with the algorithm, or the dislike button. It also helps with the algorithm, but I'd rather you press the like button. But that's gonna do it for today. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of your week. Have a happy Monday. And yeah, peace out.